The Confessions of a Forgotten Stroller. I'm stuck outside your apartment, parked like an afterthought, and let me tell you, I am not happy. Left in the hallway like yesterday's trash, huh? Did you even think about me? I didn't ask for this.
Ever wonder what your stroller would say if it could talk? Like really?
Yeah.
Well, buckle up because today we're taking a deep dive
Okay.
into the secret life of baby transportation.
I like that.
Thanks. We've got this piece. It's called Left in the Hallway. A stroller.
I didn't ask to trudge through mud, let alone sit in the cold like a forgotten relic. I am a designer stroller, not some off-brand cart. Mud feels wet and squishy under my tires, and frankly, it's beneath me. But of course, no one considers the stroller's
Final warning.
Okay.
And it's not like your average parenting blog or anything. This one's told from the stroller's point of view.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And let me tell you, it gets
Interesting.
deep. We're talking
feelings. It wasn't always like this. Once, I was the star of your world. You praised my smooth turn radius and even called me a Rolls Royce to your friends. I was indispensable, your pride and joy. But
object-owner relationships,
Yeah.
the unspoken lives of everyday things,
I love it.
maybe even a little parental guilt.
Oh.
So right off the bat,
things changed. First, it was little things. You loaded me up with your groceries, 6 wine bottles? Really? And expected me to stay classy. I told myself you were making the most of my suspension. Then you spilled hot coffee on my upholstery. You blamed me for the wobble, conveniently forgetting that you installed a cheap aftermarket cup holder. Did you think about my delicate carbon steel frame when you drove like a maniac, tossing me around the trunk?
No.
And here I am, dumped in the hallway like a spare wheel. Vulnerable. Alone. Any nosy neighbor could come and rifle.
what struck me about this piece
Yeah.
is the stroller's voice.
It's so funny. It is.
Kind of snarky,
Yeah.
but like there's also this sadness underneath.
Yeah.
Almost like a longing for,
Like a respect.
yeah, respect, care.
Yeah, definitely care.
Like at one point, the stroller compares itself to a Rolls Royce, complaining about mud puddles being beneath it.
I love that.
But then, like,
Through my basket. But I'll admit, I'm still here because of your kid. She gets me. She squeals with joy at the sight of me, shares her Cheerios, and doesn't mind my battle scars. Honestly, she's the only reason I haven't rolled down the hall and staged my great escape. Consider this your warning. Next time you ram me into a curb while texting, don't be surprised if my wheel accidentally pops off.
in the next sentence, it's sharing Cheerios with the kid.
That's adorable.
Right.
Yeah, it really makes you think about how we often project human emotions onto these inanimate objects.
Totally.
Especially ones that are so tied to our routines and, our daily lives.
Yeah.
It's like we give them this voice to explore these deeper themes,
It is, and it's such a common thing in literature, too,
So-
giving a voice to the voiceless.
yeah.
But anyway, so this stroller, it's got memories, right?
Okay.
And you see this shift from, like, prized possession to kind of neglected.
Uh-huh.
It talks about a coffee stain, a cheap cup holder being tossed in the trunk.
Oh, no. It's like a metaphor for the evolving relationship between parent and possession.
Totally.
It starts out so new and exciting, everything's perfect, and then practicality sets in, maybe a little exhaustion.
Free deprivation.
Exactly.
And suddenly you're not so attentive.
Yeah, you're just not.
You're trying to survive.
Survival. Right, and I think the story really captures that shift perfectly.
Yes.
It makes you think about how we value things and how that value changes over time.
Yeah. And it's interesting because even though the stroller is like lamenting this faded glory, it clearly adores the child.
Oh, absolutely.
Like it talks about the bumps and scratches as battle scars.
Ah,
It doesn't even mind.
like those are badges of honor.
Yeah, like the kid is the one bright spot in the stroller's world.
Yeah, I think that ties into this whole idea of unconditional love.
Okay.
It's like the stroller represents this simpler, more innocent perspective that kids have.
Yeah.
That pure joy.
It's beautiful.
It is.
And then things take a bit of a turn.
Oh.
The stroller's wheel starts to come loose.
Oh, no.
And it makes you wonder, is this like a genuine danger? Or is it a cry for attention?
Like an SOS.
Yeah.
It's a great question.
Like, is the stroller trying to tell the parent something?
Yeah, it really makes you think about the consequences of neglect.
Right?
Like, can we owe inanimate objects care? Especially when those objects are so closely tied to our kids' well-being.
Ah,
Like, does that obligation become even stronger?
it's a heavy thought.
It is.
I've definitely kicked a stroller wheel back into place more times than I can count.
Me too.
But this story, it makes you see things from a whole new perspective.
Absolutely.
Like, what if all our possessions could talk?
What would they say about us?
So if your stroller could talk,
Uh-huh.
what stories would it tell? Would it thank you for the smooth rides?
Good question.
Or complain about that time it got stuck in the mud?
Or left out in the rain.
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Definitely.
Hit us up on social media. Let's chat about it.
Yeah, let's keep this conversation going.
And hey, maybe go easy on those curb checks.
Uh-huh.
You never know. Your stroller might be plotting its revenge.
Oh, absolutely. They've got minds of their own.
They do. They do.
They really do.
Until next time.